Welcome to another edition of Building Code Buddy Online. Due to considerable interest in the building code profession, I decided to enhance the building inspector career path video by providing more clarity, and I also include step-by-step videos, so stay tuned. I am very confident that if you carry out the guidance provided on this video, you will better your chances in your journey through the building inspector career path. So thank you for tuning in. First, I would like to go over what is a building inspector. A building inspector is usually an employee or contractor of a city, town, county, or state who performs building inspections of a variety of projects to ensure projects are constructed to the approved plan and building codes. Here's an example of building codes that are adopted by most all states, the international codes. As an aspiring building inspector, you should become familiar with the codes adopted by your state. Many states adopt these codes as their model code, which means that these codes are not necessarily the final enforcement document. What oftentimes happens is that states adopt a set of model codes. Then those model codes are amended, as in the example of California. California adopts the model codes and amends them, and they become the state building codes. You can access this interactive map through the International Code Council, which allows you to see the codes adopted by each state with a click of a button. Here's a short video on navigating the map. By accessing the web link I provide, the web link will take you directly to this color-coded interactive map. On this map, you can either click on a state to view the model codes and state codes adopted by the state, including state contacts and their web links. Or you can click on the model code shown to view the states who have adopted the particular model code. You can also simply scroll down the map to view the codes adopted by the states. Now that we briefly discussed the role of a building inspector and the building codes, let us go over a snapshot of what a building inspector does. In general, building inspectors inspect new and existing structures undergoing alterations, including mechanical work, electrical and plumbing systems, all for conformance with the building codes. Many building inspectors work closely with code enforcement teams to provide support and expertise with investigations related to violations of housing codes, public nuisances, property maintenance violations, and other issues related to health, safety, and welfare of the community. Building inspectors are not merely enforcers. They also assist customers understand the building codes, so exceptional customer service and patience is a virtue. I want to mention that there's a variety of agencies that the building departments work with, as in the example of fire departments. Building inspectors support the fire department inspectors by conducting assessments after structure fires. Building inspectors also coordinate fire inspections for projects under construction. One example of this would be projects requiring fire suppression systems. In this example, building inspectors must ensure that the fire department has the opportunity to inspect the fire suppression systems prior to concealing. This will allow a project to continue to move forward. On some occasions, building inspectors may work with police departments. In my experience, building inspectors have provided police departments with their expertise after search warrants are executed to assess and document code violations. Similar to working with fire departments, building inspectors can expect to work closely with health inspectors, more commonly on new alterations to food service facilities. The partnership between building inspectors is not limited to fire, police, and health inspectors. There are other agencies such as air pollution districts for projects that generate air pollutants, and environmental hazmat for buildings using or storing hazardous materials. Keep in mind that there are internal agencies that work closely with building departments and are an integral part of the entire development process. Departments such as Planning Department, Engineering Department, and Public Works Departments. And now let us continue on the building inspection career path. Next, I want to go over a career ladder seen in most building departments. What you see here is not an exact representation of every building department. The size of the department ultimately determines the number of building inspectors. Some small departments may only have one building inspector and a building official, whereas a large department may have more than 10 building inspectors, or anywhere in between. Let's review the desired qualifications to these building inspector positions, starting with the building inspector trainee. This position normally requires one to have, at a minimum, a construction background. Normally, large organizations have such opportunities. Next up is the Building Inspector 1. Such position normally requires, at a minimum, a residential inspector certification in either building, electrical, mechanical, or plumbing. Or oftentimes, organizations will accept a construction background with a condition to obtain a certification within a specified time frame. Next up is the journey levels of the Building Inspector series. Most organizations require combination inspector certifications in either residential or commercial series, and experience in organization, private or public. Here you start getting into the leadership building inspector positions in either senior and or supervising building inspector. Some organizations have one or the other, or both, such as in large organizations. For these positions, combination certification, plans examiner certification, and current or prior experience in an organization, private or public, is required. And finally, you can achieve the title of building official. A building official is the individual responsible for the building department. Typically, combination certifications, plan review certifications, and extensive experience in the overall functions of the building department, including budget preparation, is required. Some organizations may require this individual to be licensed in architecture, civil, or structural engineering. And now I want to show you a path to getting certified. To attain the certifications, you may self-study for the exams. Most all nationally recognized certifications can be scheduled through the International Codes Council. Let us navigate the certification information located in the ICC website. On a search engine, type the International Code Council. Once there, you're going to notice several quick links, online building codes. Here's where you can view some building codes free of cost. The ICC store where you can purchase reference materials. However, instead of going to the main web page, I will click on the certification exam link. Once there is access to a variety of helpful information, but you want to click on the exam categories. Scroll down a bit, and you're going to see three options. You want to click on National Certification. Here you will see a list of exams in drop-down format, which, by the way, the link that I provide on the description box below takes you directly to this web page. I will click on the Residential Inspector drop-down. You'll see all the residential exams. By clicking on the exam catalog, it takes you directly to a search portal. Here's where you can specifically search for the exam that you are interested in taking. I'm going to use the residential building inspector as an example. Hit search. It's going to expand information. Here you can see the scope of the exam, exam code additions, exam specifics. As you can see, the exam is 60 questions. Time limit is 2 hours, and it's open book. You can also see the reference materials that are required to take the exam, cost, and the cost to take the exam. You see the shopping cart? Click on this shopping cart and it takes you directly to the ICC store so you can purchase the reference material. Other acceptable certifications can be attained through the International Association of Plumbing and Mechanical Officials, also known as IAPMO. On this link, you may access certification information and resources, similar to the ICC website. Let us navigate the website to access this information. Keep in mind, however, that IAPMO certifications are only acceptable in some states. Please refer to the Model Code Adoption by States link mentioned at the beginning of the video, or access the link on the description box below. To access the IAPMO website, on your search engine type International Association of Plumbing and Mechanical Officials. Once you're there, you're going to see several quick links. IAPMO training to view training opportunities, read IAPMO codes online to view codes free of cost, and get certified. Here's where you want to click. This takes you directly to the IAPMO certification page. You scroll down. You're going to have the option to learn about the Uniform Code exams, which are the model codes, and the California codes, which are based on the model codes. I will click on the Uniform Plumbing Code Inspection link. Here you can learn about the exam content and other exam specifics, as you see here, and you can register for the exam. If you scroll down, there are other very helpful links to include access to the bookstore and training. This agency, the Division of State Architect, offers certification and training opportunities. However, such certifications are specific to California and are specific to inspections of public-funded school projects. Some agencies will consider such credentials when determining qualified candidates, however. Here is the link, which will also be on the description box below. On this website, you may search for community colleges in all states who may offer building inspector classes. Once again, the link will be on the description box below. And now I will review other ways of obtaining exposure in the building code profession and government affairs. I truly feel that the following advice will give you a basic understanding of government affairs as it relates to the building code profession. First, find out if your local building department offers ride-alongs for people interested in the profession. I cannot say for certainty that all building departments offer this program. Unfortunately, due to liability reasons, some may not. But please reach out to your local building departments to find out. Then you can experience firsthand the day in the life of a building inspector. Whether ride-alongs are offered or not, request a meeting with your local building inspectors to discuss career opportunities. It is a great way to network with your building inspectors and get to know them. The next thing I would recommend is to attend or view from home your local government meetings. Shortly I will show you how to find topics and the meetings online, so stay tuned. Specifically, you want to look at Planning Commission meetings. This is where staff presents developments proposed in your community. There is also discussions about development codes as part of staff's presentation. City Council meetings are also beneficial in that government affairs are discussed during these meetings, and usually after developments are approved by Planning Commission, they are then presented to the City Council for approvals before submittals to the city for permits. On some occasions, City Councils also hear presentations from building departments related to code adoption hearings, abatement of code violation hearings, and development items. Board of Supervisor meetings follow similar format as planning and city council meetings. The only difference is that they are the governing body for counties. The meetings I just mentioned are scheduled throughout the months. They are usually in the evenings or some during business hours. Agendas are published in advance and you can access them on your local government website, normally on the city clerk's office or the clerk of the board's office. And now I will show you how to access these meetings and the meeting agendas online. On a search engine, type the city of your choice followed by Planning Commission. In this example, I will type City of Tehachapi Planning Commission. Once you are there, find agendas and/or minutes. There you will be able to access agendas and minutes of past meetings by dates. You can also download these agendas and meeting minutes. By now, we briefly review the role of a building inspector, what a building inspector does, the career path in a building department, the path to certification, and obtaining exposure in the profession and government affairs? Let us now review training and networking opportunities that can better your chances at landing that rewarding building inspector job. Attend your local International Code Council chapter meetings. These meetings are generally open to anyone. There are a variety of topics discussed at these meetings, and it is a great way to meet your local building code professionals and industry professionals. There is a membership fee, however, to regularly attend these meetings. Some offer discounted membership fees for students or the general public. There's also training opportunities through the local ICC chapter. And now I will show you how to access an interactive map which shows the ICC chapters by state with a click of your mouse. The link that I provide on the description box below will take you to this map. Here you can click on any state to find the local ICC chapters in your area or other local code chapters. I clicked on Colorado, and as you can see, there are 3 chapters: Permit Technicians chapter, ICC chapter, and a Fire Marshals chapter. By using the search portal below will allow you to find chapters by discipline. There are also other international chapters you can look up. If you're in California, you can access the California Building Officials website. Through the California Building Officials website, you can find a variety of training opportunities, as I will show you. The link that I provide on the description box will take you directly to the California Building Officials training webpage. Here you can view upcoming training opportunities. You can also view the training calendar. Click on any of the trainings shown to get an expanded description of the training. Local utility companies also sponsor training that is free of cost. Not many people are aware of these opportunities, so take advantage of them. The link to this example, which is PG&E out of California, will be on the description box below. This is another California-based utility company located in Southern California, which also sponsors free training opportunities. If you are in that region, check out their link. Many of you may already be familiar with Simpson strong tie, especially if you are in the construction industry or a do-it-yourselfer. Simpson strong tie, in addition to manufacturing structural products, also sponsors training that is free of cost. The training offered is relevant to structural code requirements, and this training is available throughout the United States. Accessing the link I provide will take you to this page. Here you can find a workshop near you. You can also view online classes, or you can browse the training catalog. This next agency offers training at a reasonable cost. Training that is essential to the knowledge, skills, and abilities that are required of a building inspector. There is an array of training that is offered by this agency. Some examples are training relevant to Microsoft programs, business writing skills, leadership trainings, and presentation skills training. Such training is offered online or in a classroom setting. Looking ahead, and once you have achieved your first certification or training, it is time to look for that job opportunity. On this next segment, I will go over job search resources. We will first start with the International Code Council. Through the International Code Council website, you can access the job search engine, which contains building code professional jobs throughout the United States in both the public and private sectors. On this job search engine, CalOps, you can search jobs by region, job category, and job type. I will expand the job category and search for building inspector jobs. Well, folks, it has been my pleasure to have created this video to help those of you interested in the profession, and I trust that if you follow these guidelines, you will better your chances at attaining an opportunity in this rewarding profession. I want to close this out by providing you my personal advice. First, once you get an opportunity in the building code profession, continue to further your education. It is very easy to get complacent in this profession. However, we owe it to the communities that we serve to stay abreast all changes and learn the codes well in order to better assist the public and customers understand these complex codes and processes. Take the initiative to learn the big picture. What I mean is, learn the overall role of the building department. Learn what the colleagues you will be working closely with do. Learn the role of the permit processing team. Learn what the plan reviewers do. Understand the role of code enforcement and how all other internal departments are intertwined. That is, planning and their role in the projects, engineering, public works, and their role in projects. Be open to such opportunities to broaden your horizons. Know that there is such thing in the profession as the spirit of the law when enforcing codes that affect people and properties. In my opinion, gaining a good understanding of the intent of the code will help you apply the spirit of the law. Seek the opportunity to grow in all challenges encountered. No doubt you will encounter a variety of challenges in the building code profession. However, when encountering challenges, ask yourself, is this an opportunity for me to grow? Integrity. Hold on to your integrity and never be swayed to the contrary. The building code profession is a noble profession. Lack of integrity can put people's lives and property in harm's way, and it can be a liability. Lastly, never forget that as a building inspector, we serve the public. I must say that if you lack the empathy and the desire to help the public you will serve, then you may want to reevaluate your profession of choice. I often tell new inspectors, treat others as you would want someone in your profession to treat you or your loved ones. Remember that people are doing their best to build their projects, their dreams. Building permit fees are paid so that building inspectors provide a service, which is to assure structures are built safe and to code. This concludes this video. Leave comments or questions below. I will be happy to provide further help and answer any questions you may have. I look forward to serving you next time. Best of luck to you and give it your best.